hit
What's up?
me hard and
What's up,
soft.
guys?
Hey, Dal,
Hey,
how are you?
how's it going?
I'm good. Good to see you guys again.
You too. You too.
You know what? Every time we speak to you, you seem like you're right in the chill zone. Like, some people are a bit erratic and some people are a little bit lazy. You are constantly, you engage, but you're not overboard. You
Yeah,
just,
what's going on? Don't you ever have like panicked moments
Nah,
or fretting or
nah.
Yeah, everyone does, surely. Anxiety or like
Something.
something to like yes, where you have to kind of regulate your nervous system.
Mhm. I'm just chill, you guys. I'm in Los Angeles. It's a sunny day.
Yeah.
I'm like, my album's coming out, you guys. I had some really good like rice and vegan drumsticks earlier. So I'm
What the
set,
hell's a
man.
vegan drumstick? What is that? Made of
It's
lettuce?
like it's like a chicken wing, but it's vegan and it's like
Wow.
Thai. Thai
Ah,
chicken wing.
nice.
I love it. There's so much new food to eat these days.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you've announced your Australian tour. The last one was incredible, and I know that when you were here on one trip, you and your brother noticed the crossing, like the sound that the crossing makes,
That thing. It was in the song, right?
and it was in Bad Guy.
Yeah.
First of all, I was wondering, like, did you pick up any of those kind of sounds around the world for the new album?
We did a couple times. I think that there's a few, but I don't know if they're around the world. I think that, I mean, we really didn't tour almost at all in the making of this album. We kind of had like one small few week leg of a tour, but there's a couple little audio bites. It's just funny, like, people are so curious about the audio bites, and it's funny because like we've been doing them since we first started making music. Like, say the first EP that we made, we were using little voice memos and putting them in songs. Like, it's such a thing that we love to do, and it just like adds something to the music. And also,
Yeah.
if there's like a memory to it, it's amazing.
There's a familiarity to it where people don't even realize they're just drawn to these. That's why, like, when people do covers of songs, people love them because mum's
yeah.
singing in the car with the kid. Everyone loves. But your stuff, just so good. And let me tell you, if you're not familiar with Billie Eilish's success, we're talking on the mantle somewhere at her joint, 9 Grammy Awards. And listen to this. 2 Oscar awards. Like, this is...
Yeah, they're not easy to get those Oscars.
Oh, man. People do work their entire life to get an
Yeah.
Oscar. Billie's got 2.
Yeah.
Now, that's because of the work with the music. When you're approached by the Hollywood types to do theme songs for movies, is that a whole different mindset you got to get into? Because they're not really your feelings. It is sort of, you have like a topic to sing about. Is that how you figure it out?
Honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. I really, really think that Phineas and I thrive when we write with like an assignment.
Right.
Like we do really, really well when it's like, write about this. I mean, the other night I was sitting in my living room at like 2 a.m. with a friend of mine, and I was playing guitar, and I was like, not really coming up with, I just was like, just humming stuff. And I remember
mucking around. Yeah.
mucking around, exactly. And my friend was like, write about, how you feel about this thing that happened the other day. And I immediately was like, okay. And I start to, and then she's like, hold on, write about the person you were with's perspective of the thing that happened the other day. And then I was able to write so much better. And it's so interesting for me. I really enjoy writing from other people's perspectives, other stories, stuff that is not my own truth. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm like that detached from my own, feelings, but I don't think. I don't know.
Sometimes it's hard to tap into our own feelings, though, don't you reckon?
Right.
I've never tapped into my Pandora's box of
Cole
emotional
keeps
trauma.
his closed tight.
I stack mine on with weight and bad behavior. How do you handle your tough times? Have you got a go-to remedy, or are you just write, or do you jog? Do you sleep for 3 days?
I wish I could say I had some special thing that I do. I feel like I love food. I love to eat so much. Love it so much. That's a big one. I love being with my parents. Like, I'll go to my parents' house if I feel overwhelmed, or hang out with my brother. Like, those are the things I do. I love a good bath.
I love a bath. Oh my God.
I like being outside. I like being with animals. I feel like animals keep me tethered.
I love animals.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I think people who don't like animals, I don't think anyone
weird.
should be friends with those. Something's
I
not
agree, I
quite
totally
right
agree.
with those
They're not to
folks.
be
I totally
trusted.
agree.
Yeah.
And
So
so,
weird. So weird. Ew.
and your brother, he's doing well because we haven't seen him today. But what's he up to?
He's doing great. He's up to all sorts of things. He's got so much, that he's working on, and he seems to be doing great. I think everyone seems to be, knock on wood, in a really good zone.
Situation.
Yeah.
You really just went off camera then to actually knock on a piece of wood. I noticed.
Are you superstitious?
Maybe she is.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm not superstitious.
Yeah, you don't want
I'd
to tempt
rather-
it.
if it doesn't take that much out of my time, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you
Like,
won't,
honestly,
you won't walk under the
if-
ladder. You'll walk around the ladder. That sort of stuff. Just in
Right.
case.
I'm kind of if it's not that much of work, I'll do it.
I love that. She's such an honest artist. I love it.
When you and your brother work together on like the album, is like I can't. It doesn't seem like you guys would fight that much. You just seem to have a very good
Yeah,
relationship.
we think of it how we would write a record with our brothers.
Yes,
our brothers
it would just be an awful
worst
experience.
record ever made. You're a musical family. Where does it come from? Is it in the bloodline, or are you the first two that are musical?
No, it's kind of in the bloodline. We grew up in the most musical household ever. It was so much of, our whole family is just fans. It really is the thing, fans. And my mom is an incredible songwriter and singer, and she taught us how to write songs. And my dad can sing, and his brothers are extremely musical. And
Well, they must be jealous as at the Christmas table, right? You're like,
Yeah.
well, I know you all
Yeah,
love
you
singing,
guys are
but
making a living out of
who's
it.
got the Oscars and the Grammys? Do you bring that up in an argument? Anything to win the argument? No?
Right. Well, I mean, it's just nice. Like we grew up with so much music surrounding us, and
That's
I
nice.
I thought every family was doing that, but they weren't. But yeah, honestly, it's not. I think it depends on your relationship with your sibling, but
Yeah.
Denise and I are so close and so cool and so good at working with each other, and always, we get into arguments, but the same way you get into arguments with your family.
Yeah,
Like,
little
it's just like
spats. They're
part of
nothing.
it.
Yeah,
Now,
little
before
Yeah.
we let you go,
Not-
the name of the album is Hit Me Hard and Soft. What's that mean?
What does it mean to you?
Well, we
you
go
don't wanna
straight
ask-
to the
you
bedroom.
don't wanna
That's what
ask
we're
me.
thinking.
But I'm thinking, is it like, oh, you got some hard songs to, emotional, and then
Oh,
there's some
yeah.
soft, angelic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
that's it.
I'm trying to write from your perspective what you would have meant. If I'd have written it, it means a whole different thing. We can't even air what I would think. What's your
Right.
meaning?
I mean, probably can't even air what it is for me either.
Okay, so
but
we're the
it's a lot
same
of
here.
things.
We're the same.
Right, exactly. But though, to be fair, it does mean a lot of things, and it is also based on a name of a patch that we used that was similar, that I just was really drawn to and thought was beautiful. And I think that the easiest way to put it is that I think that the album does that. I think that it hits you hard and it hits you soft. And
It's a journey. You're on a journey on this one.
It's a journey. It's totally a journey. And I love a title of a song or an album that makes you as the listener question it and makes you think, oh, what does that mean to me? Like, I love debates between what the song title or the album title or the
Yeah.
lyric. People are like, no, I thought that she meant this by it. And then someone's like, oh, I thought that she meant this by it.
Is that
You know,
why
but
a
I-
lot of artists don't want to actually say a lot of the time what it is? Because you like that everyone has their own meaning.
Yeah, what
for
it means to the person that buys the record, I suppose. That's a big, important part.
Yeah, I think so. It's nice to leave it up for interpretation. So I would say with Hit Me Hard and Soft, it is up for interpretation 100%.